Today I'm breaking down 5 reasons why your game is stuck. Why? From chasing perfect positions to relying on gear instead of skill, and even why watching too many golf videos might be hurting you more than helping. If you like the information in this video, hit that like button down below, it really helps out the channel. Subscribe for more free golf tips coming weekly. Today's question: what is your target handicap and where is your handicap now? So how far does it have to move? Let me know in the comments. So let's kick it off. Is this you or someone you know? So when I take the club back, if I move my hands and then I don't hinge my wrist, but I pick my arms up and tilt my hips, turning my shoulders, right, and I hit this position, it's so much better than if I hit this position. Like it just, look, what, let me show you. So if I go here, 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 that one was unlucky. Let me get another ball. Unlucky, okay. Now look, making swing changes are great, and if they are helping your performance, even better. But the amount of golfers I see through the years try and hit idealistic positions because their favourite player gets in this position, but they simply can't because it makes them less functionable than when they do have a stronger grip and put the ball back and kind of hit the ball this way. Is unbelievable. With all students I've worked through the years, you've got to teach them as a human. We are not the same shape, we are not the same person. You might see some standard movements that come across most golfers, and there's certainly some good positive things you can work on to improve your game. But working on positions without identifying what that means to what it's doing to impact, which so many people do, is a real dead end for lots of golfers and a frustrating one. Make sure if you're working on something in your swing, it's reflecting out through the shot and then in turn through your scores. If not, get a different coach. Make sure you consider with a coach a bit more to make sure what you're working on is right position-based golf swings. It's not going to help. You've got to play golf at the end of the day. Oh, that's a nice shot. Don't care what position I got. Green hit. Do you know this equipment junkie? Oh, you see, that one's cutting a little bit because it's just a bit light. Okay, let me try another. Because it's just a bit light sometimes, isn't it? Oh, and look at that one's just going that little bit lower because it can also, with some swings, be a bit heavy, can't it? Can it? Okay. Let me try one more, because it can't be me. I'm pretty consistent. It's got to be, it's the loft or the shot. I think the CG is just not on the moon's orbit. See, I've hit that at the toe, and that one's just stayed out to the right. So, I don't know. It can't be me. It can't be me. It can't be him. Now look, can equipment help you? Of course it can. Having the right driver, having a shaft that matches what you want to deliver, having the right grips, having the right bag set up, from hybrids to long irons, chippers to lob wedges, long irons, fairway woods at the right loft. This can all make a difference. This doesn't mean you don't look at your equipment, but what we do see from lots of golfers is they blame the equipment. It becomes like a crutch, and they go into this spiral of changing equipment where they're actually not really making any meaningful difference to their score. And that's the thing. You're either buying golf equipment for fun, which is fine, bright shiny stuff, we all love it, or if you're looking to improve, you should be buying equipment and seeing if your scores actually improve. And that is a hard ego test for lots of golfers. Things to think about when it comes to equipment as well: new does not mean better. As much as the manufacturers will tell you that new is better than the one before, doesn't mean it's actually better than the one two before, because that's how marketing works. New isn't always better. Expensive isn't always better as well. You've just got to get your bag working for your game, which is the best way to do that is gap testing, custom fits with someone who teaches a bit as well, who might know your swing and what you're capable of and not. Equipment can help, but don't be that person who's just, well, that person. Don't be that person. Next up, the shape addict. This is so much more common than you think. Like, I see golfers struggle with this concept of wanting to hit a certain shape, and it often isn't the best route to improvement. Ah, didn't draw. Yeah, it was a good shot. It's down the middle. Oh, it didn't draw. It's on the green now. I'm not sure that's ever going to draw with that club from that lie. Chasing, the draw. That's what most people, not many people are chasing a fade, apart from good players actually maybe go that way a little bit more. But the amount of amateurs through my time of teaching who have desperately tried to hit draws as their shot, like they just got to hit a draw. And the pattern we start seeing is they start getting kind of backswings in here, and downswings like kind of trying to come down here, or they do backswings in here and then they have to correct, and it just creates the kind of more curvature shot that they're trying to get rid of. You have to play within reason the shape of shot that you play. If you are butchering your swing just to try and hit a desired shape, you've got to ask yourself, what is that shape doing? Here's a common kind of way round I used to see it with amateurs when I used to get them to hit their draw. So you've got an amateur who hits a really good fade consistently, want to hit a draw because they think it goes further. You get them hitting some draws, it goes a little bit further, but it's more dispersed. So then what happens is they're actually worse on the course. Now, am I happy that they have another weapon to be able to hit a draw? Yes. So I'm not saying don't try and hit draws as in add some weapon that you use when it's needed, round trees, certain situations where you've got no other options. But you need to be playing the shape shots that you play. Most people are wired in a certain way. Some of them are neutral and they can go from fades to draws easier. Some people are just wired to swing on certain paths with certain faces, and that's how they play their best scores. Hitting a draw doesn't mean lower scores. Hitting a draw for lots of golfers doesn't always mean going further, as much as people think it does. And hitting the opposite shape to what they're wired often means their dispersion gets a little bit wider. And then the last thing to remember with this, as hopefully that guy that we pointed out at the start points out, not all clubs are going to shape the same way. Me trying to hit a 3-wood from a deck from most lies, it's not going to draw. I'm never even going to try and make it draw because I'm down at a low loft from the floor. It's generally going to fade. I'm not even going to try and overdraw a driver particularly. I'm going to let that just play its shape. Where something like a 9-iron or a wedge, I could easily shape that a little bit more. Play the shapes of your clubs if you want to score the best. If you've got big curvatures either way, so big curvatures through the air, you definitely reduce them. Flipping them to the other side can be good. It's not the answer most of you are looking for. Being smarter with the way you practice is something I see lots of golfers struggle with. Do you recognise this player? What club have you got? 7-iron. Been practicing all week, hitting this so good. Cool. Ball below my feet. It's like below my yeah, unlucky. So taking that indoor range practice, that neutral practice out onto the course and getting the results you want is an absolute skill that you should be practicing. And I know it's hard when you can't get out and play, but this is the best way to practice it. Grab a tee, mixed height tees works, and a medium iron. And I'm going to tee this 8-iron for me up high, like driver height, really high. Now I've got a launch monitor, so I can see my ball launched at 18 degrees. You're going to have to visually see this when you practice. So I'm going to try and hit this 8-iron from this really high tee. But I'm not just going to kind of embrace the higher tee, because you won't get a ball on a tee like this very often. You're just trying to mimic that the ball's above your feet. I'm still going to try and launch it at the same angle. So you're going to have to kind of visualize that. So really high tee, I'm hovering my club up near the ball. Still trying to launch it around the same launch height. Nice strike, you're going to see where the strike happens, feels where it happens. You could mark your club to see where it happened. Launching at 18 degrees. Then what I'm going to do, same tee height, ball above my feet, and I'm going to go ball back in my stance. Going to try and launch this lower while still trying to maintain decent level of strike. I can see it pull drawing. So this is all things you should be looking at. Need to aim that, play that shot, but aiming at the right. If I'm going to go ball above my feet and move it back, it's going to kind of pull draw, 14-degree launch. Then I'm going to take this old Strixon golf ball box. I flattened it down. Ball still on the really high tee. I'm going to put it under my lead foot, and you can see what happens to my lead foot. Now I've got no stability. Ball above my feet, no real stability. I'm going to see how much shorter that shot goes because I'm not really trying to push, because if I do that, slipping. Because this is what happens when you get on uneven lies. It's about the instability in what you're doing. It's not only just about bottoming the club out. The different tee heights, trying to make sure you're launching it and practicing different tee heights. Great way for learning how to bottom the club out. Give yourself some stability and instability under each foot. Just be careful with this, obviously. Don't do yourself a no good. But I can feel that my backswing, this is going to slip. So if you imagine I'm on some kind of slope where that same thing's going to happen, practicing locking down my body, swinging my arms more, so this isn't engaging. These are the skills you need to take the range practice to the course. Be honest, and in the comments, let me know, have you ever practiced this way? I reckon most of you have not, which is often why you hate sloping lies. Remember, if you like the information in this video, hit that like button, really helps. Hit the subscribe button to not miss out on my next free upload. Now, the final reason you're not improving breaks my heart, to be honest, as someone who's created content for years with a passion to helping you get better. Do you know this golfer? I personally think you deserve so much more than what you're getting at the moment. Oh no, that doesn't feel right at all. But what are you doing? Sorry? Maybe it's this one. Must be this one. Must be this guy, he's good. I really like this guy. Oh yeah, he's great. My swing just doesn't feel right. I just wanna, you've not even hit the ball, yeah? Yeah, I know, but it's gotta feel right, innit? And that guy on YouTube told me that that's how it's meant to feel, like this. With the amount of content out there at the moment, watching every YouTube video, trying every tip, trying every secret fix might not be helping you. Can you learn some great things from the content online? Absolutely. Can they help you play better, lower your scores, improve your chipping? 100%. All your backswing, all your grip, and there are websites selling courses that do the same, that can all help. Let's do some best practices that I advise people who I love and ask me questions about content and what should they watch. Let's give you some best practices so you get maybe the best experience from your online learning. Number one, use the ideas of the content you're watching online to help you learn more, rather than think everything applies for you if you're that way inclined. Meaning, if you want to understand what gear effect is, you can find that online and what it might be doing to your shots. There's great info like that. What does MOI mean on a golf club? What does the weight of the shaft do? What does different lofts do? That's all information that might help you improve your equipment, your game. Two, just because the person you're watching is better than you, or perceived better than you, because online has its issues there too, that doesn't mean they're good at coaching or even understand why they're better than you. There is plenty of tour pro content out there, the best players in the world, saying this ludicrous stuff about what they think they do to make them better. It's just myth. And often when you point a camera at a world-class player, they're not kind of built for that. That's not what they're there for. They just say something they've heard. It's not even true. And then this leads on to, not a dig at tour pros, there are loads of people now out there creating content who are just people. They're not coaches. They've got no experience of coaching. That you can build an online brand that sells you the idea of them being a coach or a knowledgeable voice. Yet it's very clear to anyone who does coach and has worked with people for years that they haven't got a clue what they're saying, and they're actually doing more damage than good. Their content's often riddled with mistakes, which for me would be the next bit of advice. The best practice is, who is this person that you're listening to, and how are they qualified to give you the information that they're giving you? You can find more about people online, if they're coaches, if they're not coaches, if they're qualified PGA pros or not, if you're going for stat ideas, are they voices within the stat world? It is literally a free-for-all out there at the minute, and I see more bad content than good. And maybe in the comments down below, let me know what you think of these ideas. Just vetting the people that you're actually listening to might be some idea of giving you some trust over that information. You would do it with, well, doctors, for instance, are kind of vetted for you in the UK, aren't they? There's a system there in place. There's actually a system here in the UK in place as well. It's called a PGA, the PGA of UK and Europe, and PGA of America. They have a qualification. Their people are qualified to coach. And then my last one, which I've said from the day dot of starting this, just consult with a professional. If you're using any of my tips and you find they're helping, don't be afraid to go to a professional and say, look, Mark's saying this, should I do this? That's how I would want you to use my content. Really make sure it applies to you. It can really help you gain knowledge. It can help you gain feels. but using it with someone who knows what they're doing. The self-diagnosis part of it is what's so difficult, and I see it time and time again. Could really, really help you improve your swing, improve your game, improve your golf, and maybe not just follow people that you kind of, I like the look of them, might do what they said.